Welcome to David vs. Film. I am David, yo soy David, and tonight I'm going head-to-head with the ultimate Halloween moments on The Graham Norton Show. A big hey, hi, and hello to all of you, but to returning viewers, and especially returning subscribers, what's up? We are in the throes of spooky season, aka Halloween, and I could not be happier. This is absolutely my favorite time of year. If I had it my way, we'd start celebrating right after July 4th in the summer. We would start on the 5th. We'd go all the way past Labor Day, but still get the day off of work, and just right up until the 31st. But yeah, I know that a lot of folks in Britain also celebrate Halloween. I think just not to the same level we do here in the US. So let me know if that's the situation, because that's kind of how I understand it from comments I've gotten in the past. It looks like Graham Norton either at least celebrates. I know he's Irish, as many of you point out, and thank you for that. Got that locked in. But yeah, I don't know, like I said, on what level it is, you know, kind of like celebrate. Do you guys dress up? Do you go trick-or-treating? Any of that kind of stuff? I'm eager to hear. So either way, regardless, is it ever a bad day or occasion to watch Graham Norton? I say no. And if you're watching this video, I would think that you would tend to agree. I love this show so much. And I found out something since the last time you and I talked, which is that there was one guest who stood out in Graham Norton's mind as the most drunken, unruly guest he's ever had on the show. You might already know who that is, but we're going to talk about that after this episode. For now, we're going to jump on in. But quickly before we do, keep in mind that sometimes I have to edit these to be YouTube, compliant and for their request. So I will, of course, do that as always. But if you'd like to see the full unedited version, you can find that over my Patreon, patreon.com/davidvsfilm. There's also access to my Discord server over there where we talk more about Graham Norton and other things on the channel. Polls to help me figure out other movies and shows to watch, plus much more. So check that out if you would like. Certainly, I appreciate you watching here on YouTube. Please subscribe. Be sure to check the notification bell if you do. Like is always appreciated. And as we talked about, leave those amazing comments like so many of you always do. Not only is it how I get to know you better, it's how I learn more about the show and the people on it. So thank you in advance for all of that. But for now, boys and girls, let us jump on into the ultimate Halloween moments on The Graham Norton Show. Keanu Reeves. Sorry,
your mom.
My mother.
Your mother.
Yes.
No, she was English, wasn't she?
Yeah.
And she was a costume designer.
Yeah, she was, yeah.
But we've got she apparently...
Oh, my gosh.
I know. She designed what Dolly is wearing.
No.
Wow. I love this show.
Really?
But this outfit was in your house.
Yeah, I wore that for Halloween.
You're not joking, are you?
No.
But Dolly is famously, I mean, how did you...
There was some room.
Right.
Oh.
Where did you go wearing that? Did you go door to door? Did you trick and treat it?
Well, I wasn't like 14. I was 16. What did I do? I got on public transportation. Well, the thing was I didn't have the shoes. So I had that whole thing. I had the ears.
He's
I had
serious.
the bow tie. I had the top. I didn't have the cufflink. And then it was the stockings that I didn't shave my legs, and I was wearing these really ratty sneakers. And then I was on the streetcar going to this fete, a Halloween party at this performing arts high school that I went to.
And did you have this with you?
I was wearing it. It was winter. I was there. I was like
But no,
that.
because you'd have to have this with you so people knew just how cool your costume was.
I know it was well made.
Yeah.
It's well made.
You can't, no.
No.
Come on.
No. I want your full attention.
Will you have it? That's where did you guys find this?
It's mine. I'll trade it for your motorbike.
Nice him.
I fell off that.
That's
Silence
hilarious.
of the Lambs.
Oh, God. Okay, so just quickly, I try to limit comments to when we switch between segments, if even that, but I've seen so many of these. I already see Greg. I mean, so many of these moments from this episode. So, as usual, some of these might overlap. I'll let you know if they do, if I've already seen it, but hopefully not, because I love everything about this one episode that I've seen so far.
Is it true that did you never speak to Anthony Hopkins?
No, never spoke to him. He was scary. I mean, the first day we had a reading, we had like a little read through, and I got there early, and then I went to the bathroom, and I came back. Everybody was sitting down. We did the read through of the film, And by the end of it, I never wanted to talk to him again. I was petrified.
Is that good?
And so then we did the whole movie. He was always behind the glass partitions, or he was in his cell. And because the scenes were so long, they'd kind of lock him in at the beginning of the day, and he'd go there. And then the next day, he'd be on the other side, and I'd be on this side. And we got to the end of the movie, and it really had never had a conversation.
But you never passed backstage in a corridor?
No, I avoided him as much as I could.
You've now forged this, career as, you're known as the Scream Queen, Jamie Curtis. But then your mom, Janet Leigh, famous, she was the original Scream Queen in Psycho.
Yeah.
Oh. And so, was it weird that your first movie was going to be a horror?
Yeah. But, the truth of the matter is it's just a fun curio. But horror fans are as loyal as yours. And when you were talking about how you felt when those people, I am on what I call affectionately the Victory Lap European tour for Halloween. I'm just going around high-fiving everybody I meet because the same things with horror fans. The same exact thing. The amount of love
I believe that. I believe that.
For these movies. I don't know why people like to be scared, but when you were talking about it, it made me, I was sitting here thinking, that's exactly how it feels to be in a Halloween movie. They love it, and they show their love back to you with this tremendous love and support for these stories that they seem to love. So in the exact same way that you felt that gratitude with your bandmates, I feel it on my Victory Lap JLC Around the World tour, which I'm in the middle of and having a blast.
You don't like these films.
Okay, so I'll stop there. Yes, well said, Jamie Lee. And this has come up before. First of all, and I won't spend a lot of time on this because we've talked about it, again, several times, but a lot of people have different definitions of what horror or scary movies are. To me, it tends to fall in that category. More of adrenaline. It's that sort of like the kind of prescient feeling that something's about to happen. The jump scares. That's scary to me. Sometimes even just a good suspense movie could be scary, and I wouldn't necessarily call it horror. Other people, sometimes it's the gore, it's the blood. Others, it's the psychological, like Babadook. And for some, it's just all of those put together. But that's scary to me. So to hear her say it that way, it also brings up the question of why do we like these movies? I think for me, it is that adrenaline rush. And so that explains it for me. But for those who like psychological horror or just the gore, I'd be interested to hear your feedback on why you like that.
Sorry, guys. I'm not a fan of horror.
Support the film, Tom.
I'm such a wuss when it comes to this kind of thing. I would be the worst horror movie director you could imagine.
No.
But that's weird because, John, you didn't like these films.
No, not at all. I think the technical term is a scaredy cat. And, I never saw horror movies growing up.
Same.
I was too terrified. And obviously, I'm a huge horror fan now.
Yep.
If you saw my iTunes list over the last year, you'd say, I think we have a problem. But it's phenomenal. I don't think my name is the one that you see and say, can't wait to see a horror movie from that guy. But the original script came to me, and it's actually an incredible story of family. And so it's, to me, you can't tell by looking at the poster. We can show that again. But it is a love letter to my kids. It's about what would you do as a parent? What extremes would you go to protect your kids?
And is this true that this film you originally weren't going to be in?
Well, we had just had our second child, and I was about to do Mary Poppins, and so I was in a sort of general feeling of joy. I didn't know if I wanted to go towards the darkness of the pitch that he'd given me for this film. And then I'd mentioned a friend of mine too, John, when he pitched me. I said, oh, you should call so-and-so. And so he did.
So-and-so is so good.
Yeah.
So good.
So he did call so-and-so, and you didn't send her the script, admittedly. She wasn't sort of hired, but...
so close.
But so good. And then I read the script and I was like, you need to call her and fire her.
Are you still friends with her?
We are, until the movie comes out. And then she's like...
Because normally...
Damn it. Yeah, and I have to say, that is exactly how... People have said to me before, have you never seen XYZ? And I'll always tell them, because I didn't watch horror. I was scared as a kid, and now I love it. And I'm so glad to have the channel, to have an outlet for it. But yeah, I was always scared too. Big scaredy cat.
With something so kind of computer animation and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
There's a lot of green screen and stuff, but you actually went to locations.
Yeah, I do think actually it's the great Jordan Vogt Roberts, who directed it, really was insistent that we go to places on Earth which are both beautiful and dangerous, so that it didn't feel like a digital environment. It felt like a real place. So we went to Oahu in Hawaii.
Very nice.
Dangerous, scary. I'm terrified, Tom.
gets very windy.
Very windy.
He's so funny.
The umbrella blew out of my cocktail.
And they both are, but
yeah. We went to Queensland in Australia.
That's scary, I'll give you that.
Yeah. There are rainforests there, and they have the most, all the most dangerous animals in the world are in the state of Queensland in Australia. Yeah.
I didn't know that. Makes
snakes,
sense.
Spiders.
Some of Queens are going, yeah! I escaped.
And you know, and you'd see the funnel web spiders starting to...
Oh. Jesus.
Like scared.
No.
People say come to Australia. They've got the. You're right. They've got the most poisonous spiders, snakes, jellyfish, sharks, crocodiles, and they walk around in flip-flops.
Yeah.
And I think. No.
That's why all the men look like Chris Hemsworth.
Wonderful. They have to.
They have to look
They're
like
fighting for their lives.
Yeah.
You had a proper terrifying
I've heard
encounter.
that
The sort of thing Kevin
Australia.
would not like this.
Yes. So, I'll try and speak slowly so that everyone understands.
Thank you,
So,
Jody.
we were filming in
Thank
South
you.
Africa.
So considerate.
And unbeknownst to me, some of the South African crew had been filming what is known as a sack spider, crawling up and down out of this tree. So, the sack spider's in the tree, they're filming it, filming each other. I've got footage saying, this is terrifying, look how terrifying that is. No one told me. I run out of the building. Everything's a secret, so I can't tell you what building. I run out of the building into the wilderness as this sack spider just crawled down.
You got
down my face.
Hell no. Yeah,
And went and I beep 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 beep. I absolutely bricked it and cannot repeat what I said. The costume was off, and our first AD, the first assistant director, was English. Pretty casually, just picked it up and chucked it as all the South Africans went, no, 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 no. And then we found out I could have died.
Wow.
I didn't. It didn't even bite me. If you Google a sack spider bite, it is awful. So that is a better story.
Hairy? Is it ugly?
It's like got a really big body. And,
it's got big balls.
But it was
a sack.
It's not that.
Yes, it's a sack spider.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Everything has to be explained to you. Like, you just don't understand. It's got poisonous balls. Keep going.
It's making the story a bit different.
That's hilarious.
So the spider's balls.
We asked the audience.
Oh, Joshy. Oh, my God. Oh, God. This is good so far. It's a lot of my favorite people. Anyway, I was just going to say briefly with Jodie Whittaker that the other night I was a little drunk. Shocker, right? I shouldn't say drunk. Having a few drinks, let's just say. We never want to admit we're drunk. We just want to say we're having a few drinks. We're just shaking the day off, as they say, right? And I just, when that happens, I go down two roads. One of them is music, and I'll be listening to music until the early hours, or I go to watch shows that I know will cause an emotional reaction. And of course, I turned on Broadchurch because I had just been listening to Olivia Colman on Amy Poehler's podcast, which a lot of you recommended, and thank you for that, by the way. So good. But so it was in my head, and I was like, I want to watch Broadchurch. So I put on Broadchurch, and I mean, again, I know probably so many of you have already watched that, but I had forgotten how good that first episode alone was. And then off to the races from there. But yeah, love her.
It's about their biggest fears, and let's just delve amongst
them. Just a
warning
before you say anything. Ruffalo will take you down.
Okay. So hands up if you've got a fear. We ask people. Nice lady here. What's yours?
I'm actually afraid of sperm in places it's not supposed to be. I'm a forensic scientist.
Oh my God.
What? You're a forensic scientist.
Should have led with that, girl.
So, but where
I find it in really weird places, and I feel like it's everywhere, and it freaks me out. I think you should have your couch checked out.
I'll jump up.
You're good. Well, actually, I tell you what. I've got one of those little CSI things.
Oh, okay, they anticipated this. I see. Okay, got a black light.
Men are now thinking, uh-oh. Okay, so what's your name?
Dean.
Dean. Okay, come out here, Dean. Put your hat down. Okay, stand up there. Okay. Yeah, let's bring the lights down. Let's bring the lights down.
Oh my God, I would be mortified. You just never know. I mean, I think. Okay.
Well done, Dean. Well done, the lady. There you go. just one of those characters
that could have gone so many ways. That was really interesting.
Like people, and even this Halloween, so people were dressing up as Moss from the IT crowd, and you must have seen this picture. There was a little girl. Do you know this?
Well, look, it's a cheap costume. It's a check shirt.
Oh no! Don't dash her dreams.
I will not.
This is a little girl in America, and she's a big fan. And for Halloween, she went as Moss.
Oh my God! Look at that. I don't know the character. You guys are telling about it, but that's cute.
The computer, the calculator, watch, and everything.
Yes.
That's good, right?
The emotional range is too large, though. You need to kind of dial it back a bit. I also spoke to her. I said, you've got to get
Can we just say how pleased we are that Bill's here at all? Because there was a time when you were dead.
That's right.
What?
Yes. I know. I'm looking a lot better now. Yeah, I know. It's right. No, well, this is. I'm sure that this is referring to the fact that I was mistakenly reported as dead on the BBC website.
Well, the BBC, not even like not.
I know it was the BBC website, and it just said. Tributes are pouring in for actor and comedian, musician Bill Bailey, who has died at the age of 52, which is really annoying because they got the age wrong, firstly.
Yeah.
I was so annoyed about that.
And dead.
And they used a weird photo as well. I was thinking,
well, no,
is this the photo?
You tweeted
oh,
this.
No.
I mean, what is that?
I think...
That's horrible.
That is perfect for an obituary. That is,
the whole thing, I mean.
That says, this sucks. Here is dead Daniel.
He was there the whole time?
Look at that. It's like it's weird because it's like he's
God.
dead.
Oh God, I thought that was a real person.
Don't put it next to me, please.
No. Will he sit up?
Not really.
Oh God, that's freaky.
Touch his hand. Touch his hand. It's so creepy.
No.
Yeah, that's weird.
Come on, dude. He really is sort of falling apart at this point, but he's been sent down rivers, he got mauled
Does
by
he
a
own
bear.
that?
Like, this was all things we did to him during filming. And
It's really good though. Look at the eyebrows and stuff.
Yeah. I know. It's strangely horrible. I don't know what's happening to it at the end of the press tour, so if anybody, wants it.
Oh, you know there's gonna be somebody who wants it. Multiple
Maybe
people.
Not, actually. Given your enthusiasm, I feel like maybe you could not have this.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will say about that, I've never seen Anna Kendrick not cool. I mean, like, I feel like every time I see her in an interview or something, even when she's like supposedly not as cool, it's almost like it's on purpose. So she looked genuinely kind of off-put by that. But my God, how could you not be? That was freaky.
An infamous picture of me in my 20s, and I was just owning this look. I had a turtleneck, I had mom jeans on, I was wearing a fanny pack.
We've got the picture here.
Oh, no.
There you are.
Oh, yeah. Is that a fanny pack, too?
It's a strong look.
It's something.
It's a strong look.
And this was you being serious, yeah?
No, oh, yes, I think I'm cool. Yeah. This is full on.
And are you aware that this has now become a sort of fancy dress outfit? Like, people do this.
They do this, yeah, as a joke. Yes,
like,
it's crazy.
Seth Rogen was on the show,
yeah,
and he showed us his version. Here's Seth Rogen as it.
It's hilarious.
That's my guy.
Then there's just a random man, but very good eye for detail. See, he's got the tissue under the elbow, which you have here.
Oh. Because let me just give the audience context as to what that is. What I had my arm on was very dirty. So I thought, I needed tissue, please, to protect the turtleneck. That's it.
Wow. You must have a beautiful home. And it's not just adults. No, young fans are attracted to it as well.
Oh, look at that.
Yes.
With the arm and everything.
And again with the tissue. I love the Rolex.
The tissue, yes.
Yeah. And actually, some other people have done it as well. Yeah, check this out.
Oh my God, look at that. Nice. A way to maximize that moment. Very nice.
I want to party. Got to party with those guys.
And then you've got a friend. Is it a friend of yours? Who's
It looks like, oh God, oh my. This episode is so good. I mean, this compilation. of these videos. It's just so many people I love. I can already tell you right here, OC and Helena Bonham Carter coming up. God, I almost forgot what I was going to say with that. It looked like a bad Night at the Roxbury sequel from just the pictures they were showing, you know, of Goldblum and with Chris and then with the Rock. That outfit, though, man, let me tell you. But, whatever that just was is not going to be nearly as good as anything with these two who I love.
God.
Ooh.
Yeah.
This is my favourite bit.
It's funny how one story comes out and then it obliterates. So it's the defining thing.
In fairness, other actors going, okay.
I want to hear more. I want to hear.
Well, look. Yeah, I did meet a psychic who's a friend of mine, and I was seeing her. She's got lots and lots of different strings to her bow, and she does healing, and she does other things. But she also has a talent for mediumship. And as I was seeing her for something else, she said, "Oh, Margaret is here. Does that mean anything?"
Oh, I think I've heard this before.
I said, "Yes, it does." And I suddenly thought, well, I've got...
Before you get...
I'd been asked to play her. I hadn't actually said yes at that point. And I said, well, yeah, no, actually, if you've got the horse, you know, the horse's mouth, it's in the room. You're not going to say, yes. No, actually, you know. So I said, yeah. And I said, would you mind if I played you? And she said, I prefer you. She said, the answer was? No, she said, well, no, she did say, I think you're a better idea than the other actor. Oh, the other idea, well, the other, you know, the other.
Who was the other?
They never told me the other possibility. But whether it was true or not,
the sound of a lone gunshot right now.
No. But it was a very typical Margaret thing in the.
Because you had met her.
I have met her. She had a way. Oh, yeah, a couple of times. This? Yeah. You see, you didn't ask. But she had a way of sometimes complimenting you and putting you down at the same time. She was, and the fact that she said, oh, "Yeah, I think you're better than the other," it was just like you never knew where you were with her. Then she came through with another note, which was useful, whether it was true because the psychic was fantastically intuitive, or there really was the ghost of Margaret telling me. I don't know. But the note was good, and it said, "Get the smoking right."
Okay.
And I smoked in a particular way, and always remember that the cigarette holder is as much a weapon for expression as anything else. And that was a good note. And she was somebody who was innately dramatic. If you're royal, you can't necessarily talk much. You're a walking icon. You're a walking... So she was very, I think, conscious about the silhouette and whatever she did with her body, and particularly with her hands. And so, you know, anyway. Am I waxing?
No, I love you. I just don't.
You don't believe in talking to dead people?
No,
I didn't.
She's so great. Oh my God, Sigourney Weaver. I mean, just an embarrassment of riches on this compilation. And I noticed now that was the same clip they showed from before, but it's just so much to take in. You know what I mean? It hits you like a ton of bricks, and it's just I'm racing to like process. But anyway, I was gonna say 2 notes real quickly on that. I have seen that clip before. It's been a while. I've forgotten some. I think it was one of the other compilations I watched. But yeah, we watched The Crown almost like at least monthly around this house. I love it. I love the acting. I think it's just so well done. And obviously, you know, being a fan of Olivia Colman, that was one of the shows that cemented it. Already being a fan of HBC, also just cemented my love for her in that. But they just, I mean, as such phenomenal actors, created these characters of these people, and they're just so great, you know, because I really enjoyed Vanessa Kirby, right? Vanessa Kirby, what she did with Margaret. Like the first and second seasons were so good, and all of them were, but I mean, but those two, the third and the fourth, with obviously those two fine ladies, were my favorite. And the second thing I was going to say, just real quickly, and then we'll finish up, was that I was listening to something the other day in the car, and they were talking about how every single time there's a medium, there's always someone around. Like, they want just one time for them to say, nope, there's no one here. Like, for a medium to say, like, you know, because they always have someone like, oh yeah, your grandmother's here right now. Oh yeah, you know, your best friend that passed away, she's in the room. They were like, just once I want to hear a medium say, nope, it's kind of dead, you know, no pun intended, you know, that like, there's just no one around.
Can't end tonight without talking about probably the most iconic scene you've been in, the scene in Alien when the creature bursts out of the chest, John Hurt's chest.
You've spoilt it for me now.
Who said that?
Your experience.
I can remember. We got told to be quiet when we went to see it because we were screaming too much. No, and you've got to think it's meant to make you scream. We obviously overdid it slightly. But
What kind of gang were you with, Graham?
no, but I read, and this seems incredible. I mean, I think you and other cast members talking about the filming, that in that scene with John Hurt, that you weren't entirely clear about what was going to happen.
We knew what happened in the script. We knew that something came out of John Hurt's chest because his line was, "Oh my goo-ah." And he never delivered that line. He came up with something better. But when we got down to the set, everyone was in raincoats, which should have given us a clue. We knew that this would happen, but we did not know how they would make it happen because this was before CGI. So everything you see in the film is actually happening.
Yeah.
And I think there's a great master where you see the whole cast kind of going, because something does happen. It happened effortlessly with just a few, I don't know, hoses and things like that. And we're all just astonished because it was so real.
Well, look, we think we worked out how it was done, right? Yeah. So, we have a prop. We have a prop. So if we want to come over and check it out to tell us if this is how it's done. So come with me. Now, Sandy, you've never seen this. Do you want to be John Hurt?
I don't know. Is it a good part?
Yes. You can be John Hurt.
I don't think I know her.
So, basically, this is... I'll take this off here. We go like that. There's a little seat in there.
Oh, lovely. Thank you.
So you hop on there. Now you put your little... Not little. You're just your arms. I'll shove you in. There you go.
Yeah, that was a nice hair.
My arms in here.
There we go. Into the little sleeves there. Okay. Is this sort of what it was like?
It's exactly the way it was.
Yeah?
Oh, exactly.
Oh, I love Sigourney because she's
funny.
She's humorous. Now, Sandy, you've been very good. No.
No.
But no, if you get into your character...
We're having breakfast,
Okay.
and suddenly he starts coughing.
Right.
And he can't stop coughing,
Okay.
and then suddenly something starts to burst out of his chest, and
Okay, so
it's exactly
you're
how it begins.
in the end, he's in terrible pain. We're going a bit hysterical. Is this right?
Yes.
Okay,
all right.
so you're thrashing around. Just move a leg. Thrashing. Okay. We're going to screaming and maybe moving backwards.
Yes.
Oh my God. Oh, very good, very good. Look at that.
Not bad.
Excellent effects. Oh my God. So see, even that doesn't really help me because I feel like with a couple of exceptions, so many of those stories were from Americans. So, and they weren't necessarily Halloween stories. A lot of them were just kind of like scary or like, you know, movie stories or something like that. But it still begs the question of how, you know, major Halloween is in Britain. But yeah, that, as usual, such a great compilation. Love so many of those moments, so many of those people. A lot of faces I didn't know as usual, but I am learning as we go along more and more. And speaking of folks on the couch, so what I was talking about in the intro about the celeb that Graham Norton said, it popped up on my phone as an article the other day, that he was saying was the most, not unruly, that's probably not the right word, as I read the article, that would probably not be appropriate, but the most drunken, I guess is more accurate, guest he's ever had was Mark Wahlberg. And he said that, and this is where I learned that, he said that whatever he had drank or taken or whatever was like pre-gaming before he came onto the show, because he said that he started off just fine. You guys might have already heard this, so sorry if you have, but the rest of you, like me at the time, said that, you know, when he came on, he was just fine and it started off okay. And then about, I think he said it was like 15 minutes in, whatever he had kicked in. And he just could not stop talking, and he would, like, you know, interrupt every guest story. And then he said that finally he kind of laid off, and Graham noticed that whoever it was talking, who it was at the time, but whoever it was telling the story, Mark wasn't interrupting, and it was because he'd passed out. He was asleep on the couch. And I was just like, good God. But that's where I learned that Graham Norton said that if guests want to drink, they can, that they do not get more than 2, I believe is what he said. There's like a 2, like maximum, like they'll freshen your drink up, you know, during like a break or something like that. But he said that no guest would have ever been drunk on his show from the alcohol they provided. That if you see a guest who's a little tipsy beyond what would normally be, you know, what you'd see in his guests, it's because they've pre-gamed and then, you know, kept on while they were there. So that was kind of interesting. I love those little tidbits, you know, behind the scenes, little stories like that. You guys are so good about that. That's why I said, you know, how much I love your comments. You know, I hate, honestly, I'll be honest with you guys, I hate when I watch videos and it feels so forced that, you know, the reactor or just, you know, whatever kind of channel they have is like, my favorite color is blue. Is yours? Well, let me in the comments. Let me know in the comment below. It just feels so just kind of forced. I honestly really like to hear what you guys think, your feedback. And I've gotten everything from just personal stories, trivia, which I love. You suck. You talk too much. Your sound is bad. I welcome them all. It's how I get to be a better YouTube person, whatever that means. You know what I mean? But it's how I put more quality content out for you, which is my goal. Have fun and put good shit out there. That's my goal with this whole dog and pony show that we do. And of course, specifically with these videos to learn more about, honestly, a lot of UK entertainment, but so much of it is Americans. But I love the way, as usual, that Graham puts together such a diverse sofa of talent and also of nationalities and people from all walks of life. So, I mean, they're all celebs. They got more money than I ever will have. You know what I mean? But as far as experiences go, it's a nice melting pot. So anyway, I just thought this would be fun to do for Halloween, and it would give me an opportunity to talk to you guys about the level to which you celebrate over there. For those of you who are stateside with me or in countries that Halloween is a big deal, you already know, and I'm so excited it's coming up. At the time that I'm recording this, we still have about a week to go. I think it's 1 week from today, actually. So I'm so excited. It'll be a lot more movies coming up this week because I like to do, when we do the Spooks and Booze season, which is what I call it here on the channel, a lot of those scary movies I love so much. We usually do a live stream either, you know, on Halloween or right around it, so be on the lookout for that. But if it's not your bag, I totally understand. There'll be more Graham Norton to come, more Taskmaster, of course. So be sure to subscribe and check the notification bell so you know when those videos come out. But more than anything, I appreciate the time we got to spend together today. I hope you have a great rest of the day / night wherever you are, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want, and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no, I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble.